listeners, this is a Post Report, and welcome to our debut episode. We're your hosts, Anaya and Maaliyah, and today we'll talk about the cellular origins of life and how the tiny cells in your body enable you to carry out daily tasks. We hope that you enjoy this episode and that you will learn a thing or two about the microscopic details that make up living organisms. Now, to start with a simple analogy that connects to real life instead of jumping into all that complicated sciencey stuff. Picture your body as a thriving economy. As a whole, the city is flourishing. But in order for that to happen, everyone plays a role in society. Doctors, teachers, and police officers. The doctors do their part in helping patients. The teachers educate students. And the police officers keep the town safe. That's cool. But what does that have to do with cells? Well, that's because this is similar to how our body keeps us alive. The brain receives signals from neurons, which are complex cells, and the heart pumps blood through the body. And it's made of cardiac muscle to keep the process going. And yet, that cardiac muscle is made of tissues which are made of smaller cells. This hierarchy is vital to the makeup of a living organism because without the cell, there would be no life at all. Just like how there would be no society without the people who contribute to it. Nice. Now to start with the most simple level of the cellular blueprint, the cell. It is the smallest unit of life. Within each cell, there are many organelles, kind of like cell organs, that help take in materials, remove waste, and regulate our body functions at the most basic level. Human cells have 8 major organelles, with individual roles. The mitochondria makes ATP, which is the energy used by your body to power all that you do. To power all that we do? Yup. ATP is short for adenosine triphosphate, an energy-carrying molecule that supplies a cell with the energy needed for basic processes, like muscle contraction in muscle cells, is also needed for synthesizing new molecules in our bodies, and is powered by breaking down food molecules that we eat. Because of this, is generally known as the energy currency of the cell. That's interesting. What are the other organelles out there? There are a lot. The ribosomes in your cells make proteins, and the lysosomes break down waste. The cytoplasm is a gel-like interior of the cell, and the endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi apparatus are responsible for processing fats and proteins. The cell membrane is like a gateway, controlling what enters and leaves the cell, and the nucleus is located in the center of it all, containing the DNA that gives the cell its identity. Common types of cells include muscle cells that contract to produce movement, neurons that send chemical signals to control body communication, connective tissue cells to give the body structure, epithelial cells to secrete hormones, and blood cells. Red blood cells, also known as RBCs, carry oxygen. White ones, WBCs, fight infection. The third type of blood cell, platelets, allow clotting to occur in the body. We'll explore this more in detail later this season. All of these cells bunch up together to form tissues, cell layers, which are vital for our body. Just like how a whole department is filled with workers doing the same job, a tissue is a group of similar cells working together to perform the same function. There are primarily 4 different types of tissues in the human body, and those are connective, epithelial, nervous, and muscle tissue. Epithelial tissue covers the surface of and lines the organ in the body, especially skin and blood vessels. It also helps with gland secretion, kidney filtration, and absorption in intestines. Connective tissue, scattered in a matrix of fibers, specializes into bones, cartilage, blood, tendons, and fat. And its job is to support and protect the body. Muscle tissue produces movement, whether voluntary or involuntary. There are 3 types of muscle tissue: skeletal, cardiac, and striated. Lastly, nervous tissue is made of neurons found in the brain, spinal cord, and the nerves scattered throughout the body. Well, organs are body structures made of 2 or more different types of tissues working together to perform a general function. Each organ has a defined shape and structure. There are many types of organs, such as the heart, which pumps blood to deliver oxygen and remove waste throughout the body, the lungs, which bring in oxygen and remove carbon dioxide, the brain, which controls thoughts, movement, and body coordination, and the kidneys, which maintain water and electrolyte balance, producing urine. Many organs often work together in systems, coordinating with other organs to carry out complex tasks like digestion and breathing. For example, the digestive system includes the stomach, intestines, and liver, which all contribute to breaking down food, absorbing nutrients, and removing waste. And the musculoskeletal system, which is made up of bones, muscles, and joints, all work together to support and move the body. Whether it's a single organ or an effective system, they all ensure the body functions efficiently as a whole. So, how does all of this come together? Well, when many similar cells join together, they form tissues that perform a shared function. Those tissues then come together to form organs that carry out a specific job, like pumping blood or digestion. Then, those similar organs are grouped together in organ systems that coordinate to keep us alive and maintain homeostasis. Homeostasis is a regulation of internal environment in our bodies. So, no matter if it's cold, or hot, or rainy, or snowy, we will always hover around the same internal body temperature. Homeostasis is maintained through regulating oxygen, nutrients, and temperature. And that just isn't possible without all our cells, tissues, and organs, as well as organ systems, cooperating to keep our bodies running smoothly. We all understand that it's important to stay healthy after all. Our bodies perform practical functions that we take for granted every day. For example, the cells in our muscles contract so we can lift objects. Tissues like epithelium protect our skin from germs. Organs like our kidney filter waste and balance fluids. And organ systems like the circulatory system keep our blood pressure stable. If something isn't functioning properly, it can cause a chain disaster down the line. For example, if you're dehydrated, your cells won't get enough water to carry chemical reactions. Blood volume will drop, making it harder to pump blood. And as a result, kidneys won't be able to filter waste efficiently. As a result, you'll feel tired and weak. Everything is interconnected, so if there is a problem in one area, it can cause problems in another area of our bodies and affect our daily lives. And now, to finish off with our Myth of the Week bonus. You've probably associated the cells in your body as, well, identical, but in reality, there are hundreds of different types of cells, and they all have a unique job. Just like how neurons send signals and muscle cells help you move. Another surprising fact is that while some people may think that the body is static and doesn't change once you hit adulthood, the reality is that your cells, tissues, and organs are constantly renewing, repairing, and regenerating every day. So, to wrap up everything we discussed, the major takeaway is that our body is organized in a hierarchy of cells, tissues, organs, and organ systems. Cells are the smallest unit of life, with organelles like mitochondria producing energy and the nucleus controlling function. Similar cells form tissues like epithelial tissue for protection, connective tissue for support, muscle tissue for movement, and nervous tissue for communication. Tissues group together to form organs like the lungs and the brain, each performing a specific job. Those organs then work together in organ systems to maintain body function. This organization allows us to move, think, and live our daily lives. If something goes wrong in one part of the body, it may very well affect another part, just like how dehydration can affect not only our blood volume, but also the kidneys. This is why it's very important to take care of our bodies that are working hard to maintain homeostasis, regulating their internal environments. The human body is quite a fascinating thing, right? It really is. Well, that's all we have for you today. We hope you had fun learning about the cellular origins of life and how diverse we are as living organisms. We hope to see you tune in for the next episode. Have a good day!